Alright, so here we head on into wrapping up round 21. I know I've been a little bit on the disappointed and I don't want to say depressed because I'm not going to be depressed over a game, but frustrated, sad, I don't know what the word is. But in any case, after the US turn, I'll pause the video, pull up my spreadsheet so you can see where that's sitting at. Now, obviously, I don't expect it to look great. But we're going to do everything we can. I've been calculating what is it going to take to get the most that I can land on here the moment he, triggers Air Force and these back guys. That's when I know, okay, we need to protect here. He did build a destroyer and a fighter down here, so and another or transport. So those were, 3 units that he bought. Well, 2 of the units. I mean, the fighter will get in there. We'll get to the battle, but the destroyer and the transport, it's 15 units at least, 15 IPC at least going to pieces that doesn't go in there. I mean, that's one thing he's built 4, 5, 8 transports. I think I sunk one in there, so 9 transports, something like that. So he's spending a good amount of money in the transport, but you can see what he's getting ready to set up. He's setting up a shuck from India to Egypt, Egypt to Italy, Italy to Germany. So he's still going to start feeding Berlin infantry this route as well. Is what it looks like his plan is. In addition to, they're either going to go to Egypt or they're going to go here and trade off here. Really, he realizes he's kind of got my C zone's dead zoned over here. So it's an expensive shuck. If I was him, I would have saved the transports, kept them, not bought so many transports, and just bought extra Air Force fighters, and then just been flying the Air Force continually in here. I mean, granted, he's already got a huge Air Force, right? He's got no bomber shot down, so right there, he's got, what, 6 bombers sitting along there. He's got 4 fighters down here, 5 fighters up here, a fighter over here, here a fighter, there a fighter, everywhere a fighter. So, I don't know. The only thing I can say is him buying a destroyer and a transport here, him trying to get a shuck here, that means that's a few units less coming up through the gut here. And, every little bit of relief that buys me one more turn is ultimately, I think, a positive for me. I don't know. At the same point, Axis has the money advantage, so if he can just stall things out, that's going to be to his advantage as well. So I think that's kind of what he's playing at. But we're going to go ahead and take France with US. We're going to do a little bit of a risk with the transports, the Navy battles and the turn order between our 2 C zones and his airplanes here. But we're going to put 4 fighters here, and then we're also going to have a couple bombers in range of C zone 15 so that, push him out of there or make him have to expend more this way, and then who knows what we do over here. I am going to build a sub as well, so that I'm going to have 2 subs in this bomber. Puts it 50-50 odds, because that's the only reason I think that he could build the extras in here, why he built the fighter as well, is because he still wants to come dump onto Alaska. So I'm going to pull him back, have 2 subs and a bomber versus his carrier destroyer fighter. So if he wants to do it, then we'll risk it. Meanwhile, I'll move these guys up and get ready to take Alaska if he doesn't do it. So yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna, whoops, there's that. But yeah, this is what I was looking for. So those were his purchases. You'll never guess what he did. He bombed Russia and UK and let's see, 4 bombers he sent. So yeah, imagine that. A few more bombers hit without any getting shot down. Woohoo! So yeah. Anyways, he moved his stack to Kazakh. He's going to be able to move into Caucasus next turn. I can't dead zone him. There's nothing I can do about it. He's going to have that factory next turn for Japan as well. And that's when things are going to start speeding up. So I don't expect to be going past the mid-20s here. So I need to start just thinking about getting everything I can, this direction. So we're buying 11 infantry, 1 sub. So we're going to have a battleship and 2 carriers down here. 2 loaded carriers for US. That's going to give me seven boats here to match his 7 that can hit there. His other bombers are too far away at the moment and fighters too far away. He could hit with Germany, but if he hits in with Germany, then I can bring in some UK and build UK to prevent then second follow-up. And I should have enough still up here that even if he took the bombers and wiped out the destroyer carrier, that I think we'll have enough up here to protect the UK transports as we fly 1 UK fighter up into there. So we'll see. Hopefully we calculated all that okay. Want to make him keep thinking about this at least. And the cool thing about this is at least I thought he'd move his whole stack in there and challenge me. But now I get to get a free wipe, land the bombers here, and I don't have to worry about running them back. You know, I was a little concerned if he put this whole stack here, I was going to send everything, send my bombers, have to land the bombers there with no other ground. And then he'd have like his little fighter or his bombers up here, excuse me. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, something like that and just kill my bombers cheaply. But now I get to land them with backing, you know, ground backing them, so then next turn I can fly them back up. And we got to, because he shifted around here, did all his different shifting and moved those 30 units back there for at least for a turn. We don't need all our fighters there, so that's why we're able to send the fighters out to the fleets, send the fighters over to here. We got enough ground kind of coming in that we're okay there right now. I think that's all my attacks this turn. Yay. Glad I sent everything. Sometimes it feels like overkill, but it's like, you know what? We saw 8 fighters miss, so hey. There we go. Of course you got to hit back. Why wouldn't you get to hit back? Sure would be nice to have some couple of Russian tanks right now. Might be a little too soon even for myself. Alright, yeah, you guys are gonna land there. So we got 10 shots at 12. He'll maybe lose 1, 11. So, you know, I'll take that. I won't let the bombers get shot down, but I'll take what I can on the risk there. Let's check, but I believe I can pull them back this way. I don't really need to, though. I am going to take a pair of them, though, out. And that's just because, again, as I cycle some infantry, and I like to use the US to try to do the trading now, just as minimally as I need to, but conserve, preserve um, my Russians and not have to use the infantry artillery attacks since I lost my fighters and my tanks already. Boo-hoo. All right. Now, this guy, what do I want to do? I am leaving the destroyer cruiser exposed. If he wants to do his 3 bombers, he's shown the audacity to attack a destroyer just sitting there before, so he may. But there's no I'm not going to leave any transports for him. This transport, I can move him on up and help just get those extra couple units going back and forth up this way. Or it could bring him down here to South Africa, right? Drop him here, and then that gives me an extra 2 punch in case he takes that cleanly. I'll be sacrificing it. Is that worth it? Does me bringing them down here for a turn, does that maybe make him bring a few more units down to Africa? You know, just try to stall them out, and then I can move them, pop them back up and over. I don't know. I'm going to think on that a moment. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and put my computations into the spreadsheet. Might as well do that while I think about, do I want to go ahead and send them up north, or do I want to send down one more transport down here to Africa that ultimately likely would be a sacrifice because he's got all his air floating around, and these bombers that can clean up the coast. Alright, so yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and move him down here, just out of range of the bombers, but close enough to where we can make a strike here. You know, coming down here 21, then 22, 23, 24 is the earliest he can be in Berlin. If he has to go 22, 23, 24, 25, possibly to Berlin. But I don't know that 2 infantry is going to make that big of a deal in that Berlin battle, to be perfectly honest. Either I'm going to get really lucky dice or I'm going to lose. So 2 infantry, you know, mark my words, and when I do the battle, if that ends up being the case. But I can't imagine this going beyond 24, 25. I got a feeling that's what we're probably going to be looking at. So, you know, best case, 22, he's going to build. 23 is his attack on Moscow right now. So 23 is the absolute earliest, and I don't think he's going to be able to do it on 23 quite yet either. So I lied. It'd be maybe in the upper 20s. So if he takes this on 23 at worst case scenario, that gives me to around 25 basically to take Berlin. So coming down here, we can buy some time and do some stuff. The other thing I was thinking about, since he's so bomber happy, I don't need to build any Russians this turn to keep Moscow stacked. So I think I'm just going to not repair. And that way, if he continues to bomb, he continues to bomb, but he can only bomb but so much. He's not going to have a lot for his infantry to attack. I'm going to have 1 infantry sitting here because I am going to go ahead and take Vologda. But otherwise, he's not going to have much else for the Japan to do, so I fully expect him to bomb. So why give him big fresh targets? Let's just give him beaten down targets. Oh, did I move everybody? Yeah, it looks like I got everybody moved. Give him a second sub to think about. End up being 1 unit short for these guys, right? Coming back, we got 9 instead of 10, but, you know, oh, I forgot about him too. Okay, so we're 3 units short. Whatever. This guy might be in a tough situation. He may have to go up this way anyways and then over. because 10 probably is going to be dead zone still. So one short. We'll stick with one short. Okay. We'll mobilize them. And so here is our updated look at how things stand now. So interestingly enough, round 19 is where we peaked on unit count, and I actually, round 20, caught up a few units. But the scary part here is this, that attack strength, defense strength's getting really high compared to the starting, compared to anything. That's starting to really kind of get cranked up there. And if I look at it, it's a lot of that is in his army, right? That's the differences in his army. That's the scary part. Air Force, he's got the higher attack, I got the higher defense. Fleet, I got the better fleets, but what does the fleet matter really? So definitely his advantage. Of course, he has now done 29 runs for 99 damage and no bombers lost on that tracker. Again, one of the interesting things, I do find this rather quite interesting. If I look at the total number of casualties he's had, the number of hits that he's had, is he's lost 326 units. I have lost 324 units. So in this entire game, as far as kills, I've killed 2 more units of his than he has of me. So that's pretty cool. He just has a little bit more builds because of this difference, to be perfectly honest. So he has, not counting repairs, 514 plus 2 factories, and I've built 503 plus 1 factory. So he's got 11 more units he's built than me, which I guess that adds up to that 9 difference, right? He's built 11 more, lost 2 more. So that's the positive 9 gain. But, considering he's got that difference there, that would explain it. So there's where we stand. Like I said, I think we're just not... I suppose I could build in a couple guys in Karelia, right? They're not going to get killed, so why not? We'll just build those 2 guys in Karelia, save money for future turn. I'm not going to do any Oh, yes I am. That's combat. You know what? I lied. I think I need to leave 1 infantry, otherwise there's nothing. I got 2 AAs. He could just send 1 bomber to take out the AAs, and the AAs won't fire then. So I need to leave 1 infantry back, unfortunately, in order to save the 2 AAs. I don't know if he would catch that, but an airplane gets free shots on AAs if there's nothing else there. If there's an infantry there, the AAs will shoot back at them. So alright. Okay, I thought I forgot my fighters up here in C-Zone 3. Okay, no, they're up there. They're just hiding. Whew. Had a moment. Alright. So that's the end of our turn here. Okay, so we got a major turning point in the game. I have to report he lost a bomber. We have finally broken through their stealth technology. He did attack the cruiser destroyer there. I'm not entirely surprised. I'm not sure it's what I would have done, but I'm not entirely surprised. And he lost a bomber. So, hold on to your britches. We've decoded their stealth technology, so now bombers are just going to be falling from the sky left and right, I feel. So that's my prediction. Meanwhile, kind of what I suspect is going to happen, he's going to use a transport, make this 4 units, and he could fly his fighter and up to 4 bombers into Alaska. And then with between his 4 bombers in Alaska and 2 on Northwest Europe, that's going to make C Zone 10 really hard. Either I got to defend 4 bombers in C Zone 1, or I have to defend 6 bombers in C Zone 10 while still holding C Zone 3 and the mixed, German and Japan turns, and yeah, so forth and so forth. So, um, yeah, whatever. It is. It is what it is. So, we did have to do some repairs, and we're going to be able to build 6 infantry again. So we got an extra UK transport as is, both this turn and next turn. Give me these guys. Oh, you know what? I didn't check my Baltic stack. Hold on. I'm going to pause the video for a moment. I need to see what I need in that Baltic. Okay, yeah, so we just need to have like 64 infantry there, and we've got 68 even after this turn, plus these guys that can move in, so we should be okay there, even if we have to use a US to finish off the Poland there. So we should be okay in that regards. I hate having 4 fighters with nothing to do. Come on, we gotta have something we can do with them, right? Problem is attacking here, they can't land anywhere. And all these just aren't good battles. So, not really. Nothing really else I can do with them. Thought about for a moment, should I use my transports to take France? But I really would need to, drop in 4 infantry for his 2 for a 50-50, because I can't really use a fighter because I can't send my carrier down there. I don't know that it's necessarily worth it versus just continue to stack up my units for a potential attack. Losing 4 to 2 is acceptable for the defending company, I think. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to risk it. We'll just continue our shucking away. It very well could be two transports down here, 1 over here. It leaves me only 1 transport hang out to dry if things go south. This whole turn order and the ships and navies is a bit of a headache to me, and I really don't feel like thinking about it too much. So I'm just gonna leave it as is. Just get this game rolling along. Of course he did. Why would I expect anything less? Anyways, I mean, the US will take him out. I just really wanted that money to go to UK, to be honest. I am giving him a 50% shot up here on Moscow. Why not, right? Give him temptations. I'm going to continue to send the majority to help to Moscow from UK. I mean, the UK is mainly just here as a stopgap while we try to get as many US units into the play as we can, and then we'll slide over what we got left of the UK and Hail Mary when it comes time. But for right now, we'll use them as a stopgap to help out over here until we decide it's time to just pull and run. The US, like I said, I want to have a trickle over here just for trading where we can get some IPC back out of it. Every man needed. There we go.